Good evening, everybody. First off, can everybody hear me okay? And is there any buzzing on the line? We'll have a quick look, see who's in the house tonight. And thanks to Jason for sending some of you over. I had his stream on in the background while I was getting ready. Thank you, Jerry. So who have we got in tonight? We have Anthony Dodge, Tom Houston, Model Rail, Jerry BVR, Hot Dog Pilot Andy, Martin O'Keefe, Digger Evans, Model Railway, Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, Mysterious Mechanic 24, that's a new name, you're very welcome here. Beaten Hugh, I think that's a new name, I haven't seen too often, welcome. Oh, chat just jumped on me. So tonight, anybody who hasn't been to the channel before, we're here in Donegal Railway Heritage Centre in Donegal Town. This is the pedigo layout that I'm working on here in Wagon 84, which is an original wagon from the 1880s is when it was built. And we have a layout in here. I'll give you a pan you around in a minute. Who else have we got in? Ivo Van Zon, good evening. President XD Locomotive Shed. Jason Barnum's Junction, good evening, Jason. Thanks for sending people over. Who else have we got? Good sound, no buzzing, excellent. SG Train World. You'll notice at the top, I've pinned a comment. There's 3 YouTube channels in there. SJ Chain World is one of them. Head over to them. They look like they're building a fascinating layout there. I'd love to keep track of that. Hi, Paul Woods, Dave Swindon Junction, and Anthony Dodge, of course. As I was saying, there's a pinned comment at the top. There's 3 YouTube channels in there. One of them is Shedmouth Junction. It's a great dad and daughter duo there. They're doing a bit of a giveaway. They're doing a live stream on the 27th of August, I think, about 6 p.m. So head over and look at that video. There's also Craig from Durham Junction. He's doing a giveaway for his 1,000 subs. So get over there and subscribe to him if not already. And of course, have a look at SJ Chain World as well. Looks like they're going to be doing fantastic things. They got a massive layout there. I've watched their first video. Brian Tammer, how are you doing? It's another new name. And of course, Jean Ricard, how you doing, Jean? Oh, Kieran, J94. And hi to anybody who's lurking in the background, watching on. If you've got any questions, pop them in the chat there. If I don't answer them, I'm sure somebody else will. And what I'll do now is I will give you a little bit of a pan around of, if you haven't been here before. So this section here, this is the bit I've been building on, working on, and this is the main pedigo layout. So this was donated to us a couple of years ago. And this is off Pedigo Station, which was a broad gauge station in Donegal. It would have been one of the busiest stations in Donegal because you would have had the pilgrims getting off here to go on to Loch Derg. And you also would have had the holidaymakers staying on the train, carrying on to Bundoran, which is a seaside resort in Donegal. So it's a lovely layout, built over years. Adrian, who built it, unfortunately passed away a couple of years, and his family, through various people, donated it and ended up here. So we've got it now on display in an original goods wagon from the Donegal Railway. So all I've done is I've extended the ends of it, just put a loop on it. So there's a train constantly going around, and you can see there's a little one there shuttling backwards and forwards. These are the test locos for it. We do have some original rolling stock that we will be putting on it eventually, but while I'm doing the work on it, we just have the test locos on it. And then over there, we will see another hillside. So the plan is at the back, there will be models going up at the back there. So this is going to be sort of a model railway themed wagon, so people can learn about model railways. And then, of course, down on the underneath, we have some old semaphore signals under there. And if I move the camera outside, you can see there we have a red wagon. I don't know if you can just pick it up. There's Drumbo, our restored steam engine. So let me just check on the chat, see if there's any questions or anything I've missed. Hi, Charlie, Partick Hill Station. And did I see hi pop in there as well from H&H Express Model N Scout? Yeah, I did. Hi, hi. Hi, Robert. How you doing? Hi, David Byrne. How you doing? They're coming out, are they? But no one's saying who's doing them yet. Oh, Curasco doing a special class 66 with all profits going to prostate cancer. I see Jerry put the link up there. Very good. Andy 741, how you doing? That's enough chit chat. Let's get on and do some modeling. I tell you what, that's I don't know if anybody wants to join me on stream tonight. I will put, because earlier on today I actually came out. This wagon, although it's from 1880s, it is wired for Wi-Fi. I ran some network cables earlier on. That's what my day job is. Actually, I work in IT, so. Right, there's a link there if anybody wants to come on and say hello and join me on the stream. So I'm going to get on and do some modeling. I've got my trusty mobile phone with the chat on it, so hopefully I can keep track of that. And let's move the camera back in. Hi Dino, how you doing? Oh, March West is in. Hi March West, how you doing? Right, I'm just going to now disconnect the power to the train so the track isn't powered while I'm working on it. As tempting as it is to do work while trains whizzing around, that's when you break stuff. Right, so let's see. So I've got some fencing here I'm going to put in around this track. I've got a few more trees to put in this sort of area and over here. I've got them out there. Some of them I will actually be, if there's time, showing you how I flock them and that sort of thing. I've got the traditional way, and I've also got the Scenics static plate, the Progressor. That's it. I'll be using that as well if I got time. I'm limited to an hour tonight because I have to go and pick kids up. So, all right, let's get cracking. So I make all my own fences. I've got a jig that I lie this in. And you can see how it spreads out the wires, which is just fishing line. And then a little bit of PVA glue just to hold them in place, and then just paint them. And I can just pop them out and put them in. So these are set at 8-foot centers, or the scale version of 8-foot centers, and they're 6-foot high posts. Hi Leslie, how you doing? See your name popping up there. They certainly did, Andy. They thought of everything back then. They said, you know, these Donegal wagons, they're going to need Wi-Fi. So I've got my scale ruler. So all I do is blade along where I'm going to put the fence and drill holes, scale 8 foot apart, then pop the fence out of this and put it around. So it's going to get a little bit noisy while I'm doing some drilling. So anybody on headphones, watch out. I think I'll put that over there. And as always, when you're drilling, make sure there's nothing underneath you're going to drill through. And this is where I have to remember my 8 times tape. Oh, so you want to make sure you're putting the fence far enough away from the track so there's enough clearance for your stock to get in. That's the first lot in. As always, remember when you're drilling is that you don't stick the drill down on top of your static grass and flatten it all. Oh no, I don't have my vacuum. Right, I'll have to bring the vacuum back and do that. So I can just take the fence off. Put this, make sure you can see what I'm doing. Oh, Dave Swindon Junction, how you doing? A little jig might help with the drilling. That's not a bad idea, actually. But I just find using the ruler is just as handy because you can move the ruler around if you're going around a curve or something like that. Just to, of course, you have to be careful when you pull these out that you don't yank them out like that and lose a fence post. There's no problem once you put them in. You can just put a little blob of glue in. It'll be fine. I'll put it that way so the wire is coming out. So I say I make this fence. It's just matchsticks and fishing line. Just drill the holes and you just pop it in. If you look past through my previous videos, you will find the fencing. In fact, I think I've got a playlist for fencing for the different types I've done over the years. King 447, how are you doing? Yeah, as Jason says, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe. Very much appreciated. The Intercity, funny enough, today we had a visitor in who is, I can't remember what railway. He said he was somewhere near Peterborough. And they've got a 125 set and numerous Mark III coaches and that they're working on at the moment. I must say I was a little bit jealous. You know, they've got that. I'd love to have some working locos like that. So, you know, he might be watching. He did subscribe, so I said he might be here and he could let us know which railway it was. It's not very often we get a proper rail enthusiast here, so it's nice to actually talk to a kindred spirit. Neen Valley, yeah, I think that's it, Flymo. I think that's what you said. I'm sure it was something Valley. Anybody who knows me knows I'm terrible with names, whether that's people's names or places' names. Somebody will tell me their name and then it immediately goes in one ear and out the other. Even my kids will tell you that half the time I can't remember their names. So there's a bit of the fencing now. I'll move this out of the way. See, there's the fencing. Looks quite effective. I'll bring in my vacuum another day and just clear away the sawdust. As Jason mentioned earlier on about Bernie's Memorial, I'm hoping to travel over myself to be there. I'm probably going to fly into Manchester on the day. There's plenty of flights from Dublin that day, so I'll fly in the morning, fly back out in the evening. I'm also all booked in to go to Getz as well this year. So if anybody's going to be at Getz, it'd be great to meet a few people and say hello. So I won't be making Wardy this year because it's a lot of expense to fly backwards and forwards and hotels and that sort of thing. Right, so that's one row in. So I'm going to get some more trees and put them here. Let's see what I've got. Let's find trees just help. You can see there's one I done last time using the ProGlass applicator. Notice today as well that Martin from WWS actually put a video out on the ProGlass today on how to use it. It's quite a good video. I've only had that a couple of weeks. I would highly recommend it. It's very good. Tree. I always find it's best to put trees together in a little bunch. Oh, it needs to be a little bit bigger. Yeah, that looks like they've grown in together now. I might need to put a little bit of glue just to hold that in place. I'm going to put I need to put a little bit of coarse turf on there as well. So I've got coarse turf, woodland scenic. I've got their burnt grass. See that? And light green. And you just put this in amongst the static grass, and it gives the effect of weeds and other plants growing through, so it's not all. Just slightly sprinkle it around, push it in gently a little bit. You don't want too much. Let's move that tree out of the way. You don't actually need much. Like one of these will, when you're doing that sort of thing, will go a very, very long way. As always, when you're doing this sort of thing, different colors. Because, you know, when you look at a field, not everything's the same color. I probably could do with a little bit better lighting in here as well. Let's just swivel some of these around. There. That better? Oh, the Ridges 07 is looking for a shout out. Yes, you can. There's your shout out. Walter Hope Valley Railway enthusiast. No notifications again. Yeah, that happens quite a lot. Sometimes I get notified halfway through my live stream to let me know I'm live. Just in case I didn't know. Right, now I have got some flower tufts here. This is stuff I won on Jason's Christmas giveaway. So if you're still there, Jason, you can see they're going to good use. And we got some gorse bushes here. And then we got some generic bushes. I quite like these, they're nice and colorful. So these you just peel off, and the back of them is actually sticky, so you don't need to put any glue down or anything. You just put them in place, and away they go. A couple on the hillside over here. And as always with this sort of thing, less is more. It's very easy to go back and put more on, but it's very difficult to take the stuff off once you've got it on. So, and I think as modelers, when we do something, we're never satisfied. I know when I ask people and they look at it and they go, oh, yeah, it's really good. I don't believe them. Like, no. Because then you go and look at somebody like Luke Towan or, I don't know, Graham Faustin, Lakeside. He does some great scenery. Richard at Everard Junction. Dave at, what's the Scottish guy? What's his channel? Again, he does great scenery work and buildings and stuff. And you're just like, Yeah, Andy, we just had a shower here blow through a minute ago. It's been lovely all day and it's just started raining. Now, next I'm going to put in David Dean Park. That's it, yeah. Oh, there's another guy I watch as well. Dark Side. He does some fantastic scenery stuff as well. Go check him out. So what I've got here is some of the clump foliage. I've got it in different colors, different greens. And again, you just put this around just to simulate bushes. Again, using the different colors alongside it. So, because, you know, like everything, you look at a bush in the wild, if you like, they're all different colors. Just going to put another one there. Right, that's that done. Now we need to add a little splash of color with some flowers. So for this, I use the Woodland Scenics in my spice jars here. This is just very fine colored scatter. I always use the yellow and red. I find they're the best. The white I have, it seems way too fine. When you put it on, it just sort of disappears and you don't see it. So you just take a little bit in your hand and then sprinkle it over the bushes. So that represents small flowers, berries, that sort of thing. Of course, it all depends what time of the season you're going for. And then you can also sprinkle some of it in the grass. Give you a little bit of color. Is that paprika? It's funny enough, I didn't even think it's red, and I put it in the paprika bottle without even thinking. This one here, yeah, it should be fine. There's only short wheelbase coaches going around here. There's nothing big going around here. Of course, the massive mistake I made with this is I ballasted it and then I forgot to clean it, and I went and built all this over it, and of course the ballasting carries on to about here because I wasn't sure where I was going to put the tunnel mouth. So all that track was filthy with glue on it. And of course I sent a train around without thinking, and it got jammed in there, and you can't get your hand down there, so there was it's a whole handling. That's it. Flymo's put up Dark Side Scenics there. Go check him out. He's very good. Some of the stuff he does, I would not have the patience to do, but it gives a very, very good effect. So again, I've just got some yellow here. That goes on some of the bushes, so that represents gorse bushes, or as we would say over here, wind bushes. And again, put it in the ground. Give that little bit of yellow scatter just for buttercups. We'll have a video coming out tomorrow. Channel members have already seen it. It's just a continuation on from last week where I done the shuttle. This is now putting signals on the layout. So that's due to be released at 7 a.m. tomorrow, I think. It's only a short video. Right. And I've also got the Woodland Scenics. Not Woodland Scenics. I keep saying Woodland Scenics. WW Scenics flower dressing kit, mainly because they've got purple, which go on the hillside for a little bit of heather. Hi Howard, how are you doing? Right, so I'm just going to put a little bit of purple scatter around up there. I'm not too sure about these purple for heather because I think they're just a little bit big. They want to be, I think maybe they want to be just a little bit finer for 00 scale, but somebody who's seen it, who isn't a railway model or anything, seen the purple and went, oh, you got purple in there for Heather, that's very good. And so I was like, all right, okay. Knew what it was. Yeah, I was trying to get into the DoubleTree, Anthony, but they had no twin rooms left because I got my daughter coming with me. So I'm actually booked in a hotel a couple of miles away, but I'll be getting a hire car when I land so I can get around. Oh, Leah Anfield Road, how you doing, sir? Right, so now it's a case of what I've done there, repeating it on this side, because obviously you start at the back and work your way forward because you don't want to be doing stuff here, leaning over it, because you end up breaking stuff like I did there, the fence, because you're leaning over it and stuff does get broken. I'll just move the camera around a little bit. Tell you what, got a few trees out here I need to do, so I'll bring the camera outside and we can do some flocking of the trees. How about that? So anybody who's come in since, check out the pinned comment at the top. That's for 3 YouTube channels you can go over and subscribe to. Shedmouth and Durham Junction, they're both doing competitions. And SJ Train World, new channel, check them out. It looks like they're going to be building one hell of a layout. Right, now let me just find all my bits and pieces. Of course, I forgot to bring my gloves again. Let me just make sure you can see. Okay, that is the trailer of Railcar 15 there, if anybody's wondering what that is. You can see there, anybody who was on the live stream a couple of weeks ago, those are the tufts that I made. Actually turned out quite well. And after watching Martin's video earlier on, one thing I didn't do with this is when I put the glue on, I left them in domes. He said, don't do that. It works better if you flatten it out, so I'll do that next time. Right, so I'm going to try and stay in shot so you can see what I'm doing. Right, so I've got some, I'm not going to use that in a minute. I've got some seafoam here and I've just sprayed it brown and picked off most of the little seed pods that are on it. Well, I thought I did. All right, so we got that. And here I've got some knock leaves. There we are. It is nice weather here. It's nice and cool. It's probably about 18 degrees now, so it was just nice. I'm under the shelter here. There is a couple of passing showers at the moment. It's been a lovely day all day, but it's starting to rain now. Hi, Yozer. How you doing? Yeah, I'll say Flymouse put up Shedmouth there. Do check them out. I just love the dynamic between the father and daughter there, between Martin and Evie, I think it is. Again, names. But yeah, fantastic. Really, really enjoy their videos. They're always fun. I think they're not the traditional sort of model railway stuff, but it's fun. Anyway, there's those leaves. There's the seafoam tree I've already sprayed, just brown acrylic from a spray can. Hairspray, Lidl's finest. So when you're doing this, spray it away from your, because you don't want it to get in there and go all clumpy, so just hairspray. It's always good if you're doing this outside like I am at the moment, because this stuff stinks. And then just sprinkle it on. Be quite liberal with it. It's also good if you've got a bit of paper down as well, because then you can, any that spills over, you can gather it up, or just have a bigger tub. And sort of do it from different directions as well, from up and down. And then just give it a tap. Shave off the excess. Now you've got a tree. So then what I do, it's empty, is I just use their WWS layering spray. Just to fix it in. I mean, the hairspray does hold it for quite a while, but it will eventually give out. So again, you should be wearing gloves when you're doing this so you don't get it on your hands. Just give it a spray with that. There you go. You got one tree. So that's the layering spray there. So there we go. So I'll do these other ones quickly. Again, with these, for the seafoam, I'm not particularly bothered if they're straight or anything like that, because, you know, unless you're in a park where there's manicured trees aren't necessarily straight. So, you know, gives a nice bit of variation on it. There's another one. You can see how it's bent over. Trees are bent over in the wind. You know, you can always put it leaning up against another tree or something like that. Or if you like, this one here is, you can see it's fairly flat, so you can put that up against a backdrop. And again, what you can do with this is there's several different colors of knock leaves, so you can mix and match. Because you know how trees, the leaves, you know, are different shades of green. It's not all one uniform color. And if you look at that, these actual leaves are different colors either side, so it gives you a good indication. Oh, just need to lock that in place now. There we go. And then if you want, you can put a little bit of color scatter on them to indicate flowers or berries, that sort of thing. So we've got a few more trees there. Let's go and drill a few more holes and put them in place. Put the lid on this so it doesn't blow away. I feel like I'm a Blue Peter. My sticky back plastic. Took me years to realize that what they meant was sellotape. Right, let's bring the camera back in. Here's the one I made earlier, yeah. Sorry guys, I got a quick text to my son who's at work saying you'll have to hang on for half an hour or so. Right, so let's put a few trees in this section here, just to pad it out a little bit. One of the things with this now that I kind of regret doing, and the same with when I built the other layouts inside, is that I should have put a bit more undulation in this, because it's very flat. All right, we've got the rock face at the back and that, but this is just a little bit. So that's why I'm putting more bushes and stuff in it, just to try and break it up. Need to get some more animals and that to put around, and maybe a tractor or something, just to help break it up a bit. All right, that's my let's put that on silent. The other one was Craig at Durham Junction. I sort of put 3 up there, and I did leave spaces between them, but when I pasted them in, they all sort of joined up and became one. I'm sure Flymo or someone, one of the mods there, will put them up. Put the 3 up there: Shedmouth, Durham Junction, and SJ a Train World. Anyway, let's get back to putting some trees in. Let's put that one there. Again, some drilling going on, guys, so anyone on headphones, watch out. I'm just going to check my battery level, make sure I'm not... Yep, still good. Yeah, all this is all WS static grass. It's a basic course with a fine turf underneath, and then 2 mil, 4 mil, 6 mil grass, various colors. I've used a couple of different static grasses, but I find the WWS stuff works best. It really is. I'm not paid by them to say that, but just through experience, I just find them really, really good. You notice that I'm not gluing these in. It's because I need to come back with my vacuum, pop them out, and vacuum up the sawdust. I mean, these are some of the cheapy plastic trees, and you can see what I've done there is I've sprayed them, put a bit of flock on them, a little bit of colour, just to bring them to life. In fact, if I show you one that I haven't done, you can see the difference then. There's a normal one without anything on it, and then after they've had a bit of flock, you can see this is sort of very bright and vibrant, more toy-like, and that just tones it down a little bit. It still looks like a manicured tree that would be in a garden somewhere, but thanks to Straight Train World. Yeah, this is, anybody who doesn't know it, it is Donegal Railway Heritage Museum or Centre in Donegal Town. It's a museum dedicated to the narrow gauge railways and the broad gauge railways we had in Donegal. We had 225 miles of 3-foot narrow gauge track, 40 to 50 miles of broad gauge track. First bit of track was around the 1840s. Last bit of track closed in 1965, February 1965, and we've had no trains since. This station here would have closed 31st December 1959 with the last movement. Yeah, I've used this one, you can't see it, this one over here. I used the Progress box applicator. I was going to use it earlier on, but the wind's picked up a little bit out there, so if I put any static grass on there, it's just going to end up all over the place. Yeah, I'm actually in contact with someone at the moment who is doing does some 3D prints of the Donegal stock in 009. So I'm hoping to get some of them off him, paint them up, get some powered bogies for them, and build a bit of 009 layout. I want to build some sort of layout that we can take out to shows and things like that. Right, what else do I need on there? Maybe another tree. Let's see what I've got in my bag of bits. No, nothing there really suitable. Something like that. It's a little bush. I'm not sure if my drill bit will be big enough for that, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, I have all these plans to build all these layouts. I don't really know when I'm going to find time. Yeah, we have our, I'm just going to leave that there for now. I'm going to need to drill a bigger hole for that, but we'll leave it like that for now. Right, let's go around and put some bushes in place again and do the same thing again. So just don't want to do too much because I got to put the fence around this side, so I don't want to be doing too much around it. There is actually a color difference there. You might be able to see it on the camera. A little bit on there as well. Again, now with coarse turf. More nerve-wracking doing this live. It's all right when you do a video on it, but doing this live. Looks a classic win. Yeah, I'll put some yellow on it. I thought that was the same color then. Where did I put my yellow? Oh, there it is. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button for me, guys, and subscribe if you're new here. And if any of you would like to become channel members, very much appreciated. All the money I make in this channel goes to me buying stuff for the layouts in the center here. I don't use it on my own layouts or anything like that. The money, for example, has bought the track for this, the scatter, the sea foam, all the static grass. I've also used the money to buy one of those dipole signals I'm going to put on here, which is, although it's going to be positioned over here, not in the right place. The idea is for kids, when they come in, they can flick the switch to make the signal go up and down so they can learn a bit more about signals. So I'll be installing that over the next couple of weeks, and that'll be another video out on that. Also, use the money to buy a worsting kit for Drumbo, which is the copper wire and wicks to go into the oilers. Yes, thank you, Jason. As he says there, hit subscribe and select all in the notifications. And a little bit of red around. There, you can see now how that has brought that area to life a little bit. Taken some of the flatness out of it. You'll be able to watch the trains going around it now. Look out, tree in the line, yeah. I think so. See, I have one of the advantages of living here on the border with Northern Ireland is I can order stuff from the UK and get it delivered into Northern Ireland because it all comes posted as Royal Mail, so it's internal postage as far as any suppliers are concerned. Although if they're using couriers, couriers will charge extra because it's Northern Ireland. So I can get things the best price. And to be honest, I do use Mark's Models down in Dublin. Whenever I'm down there, I do go in and get stuff from there because, you know, I do want to support model shops. But the closest model shop to me is Modeller's Corner in Enniskillen, which I go to, and they don't know me by name at all in there. But yeah, but a lot of times for me, because of where I am, I have to get things posted. But I think most things model railways are expensive. Looking tremendous. Thank you, Jason. Having a quick swig there just to stop my throat drying out. Yeah, it actually doesn't look too bad now. If I pull the camera back a little bit. Oh, there you can see the compressor. That's what drives Drumbo's whistle. Okay. Bring it up a little bit. There we go. Got this little house here. I'm not sure whether I'm going to leave it there or not. We'll see how we're going with this now. So I've got more fencing to do, signal to put in, put a buffer stop on. I've got to finish the wiring up. This has actually got another little shuttle on it with a switch controller on it, so something can shuttle up and down there and then go up the 2 different lines. So I have to get that wired up. I can't seem to get it working properly at the minute. Yeah, and that pretty much all that done. I did actually make a list of stuff I had to do. So trees, fencing. Oh, I need to put some more walls around the church here, so I'm going to bring them in. I need to get more animals. There's a couple of signals broken on the main layout. I need to fix those. Fit the doppel signal. And what I've done this evening, putting flowers and coarse turf in and more trees and that sort of thing. So there we go. Tremendous. Do some very fine powders and ballast chippings for model scenics available on the web. Recommend them. Yeah, I was going to do, I didn't know whether to do a path from the house here. Oops, you can see it's not even stuck in anywhere. Doing something going across here, across to the church. I also need to do a bit more, add more trees and bushes to the other side as well, and a bit more fencing. So I think I'm going to be going home and making some more fencing. Yeah, so that's it. I think that'll do me here for this evening. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully I'll be back next week. Might be a slightly different stream next week, but we'll wait and see. I have something else planned for next week. I don't know if it's going to pan out, but I'll let you guys know. You never know where I might turn up next week. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. I would stay on a bit longer, but I have kids I need to go and pick up, unfortunately, tonight. So I would like to stay on here and do a bit more, but I need to go. Yeah, very true, Andy. There's always so much more to do, and it's what keeps you busy. And it's just nice to be able to come here for an hour on Thursday, chat to you guys, do some work and see what I'm doing, and get your guys' suggestions as well. Because, you know, I want your guys' input as well. Just say, oh, why have you tried doing this? Have you tried using that? It's all very welcome. So don't forget to check out SJ Train World, Shedmouth Junction, and Craig over at Durham Junction. Their channel should be pinned at the top. Go check them out. Tell them I sent you over. Yeah, that's it. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you next Thursday for something a little bit different. I'm going to get tidied up here now, load everything back into the car, and go around and pick up my wayward kids. So thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new here. Please consider becoming a channel member. It helps me do this work here in the railway, buying all the stuff for this. So thanks very much, guys, and I will chat to you next week, and a video out tomorrow, so check that out. Thank you, guys. Good night.